Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead, y'all. I'm glad you're back. And if this is your first time to our channel, I'm so glad you're here. So this morning, we're going to harvest these sweet potatoes in the hoop house, okay? So I don't know what's going to be in here. I was going to wait for Tim, but it's like, I need to go ahead and get it done because I'm going to plant some lettuce and kale and spinach and garlic and some other stuff that I need to plant in here, and we're gonna go ahead and just get it done because you guys know how I am when it comes to sweet potatoes. I just get so anxious. I got to see what's underneath there. Okay, so I thought I'd bring y'all along with me, and I'm gonna start out by taking all these down. They've already flowered. I do have some at the very end that's got some flowers on them, but we're not gonna worry about that. And we'll give these to the goats. So I forgot how many plants I put in here, y'all. But I think there's one right there for sure. There's a sweet potato coming out of the ground right there. And there's one there. I might only have 3 plants in here. There might not be a whole lot of potatoes in here and just a lot of vine. But that's okay because I'm telling you what, we got so many potatoes over the summer, y'all. Sweet potatoes. I've got so many sweet potatoes. But I've got plans for them. You know I do. And I'll be showing you what I do with them. So I'm going to get you over here where you can see. All right, I don't know if you can see these or not. Well, there's some of them. Look here. There's one huge. He's so big, he's split. He'll still be good to eat. Look at that. There's a little one. Look at that one. Isn't that crazy? Let me get these down. Now this should be one here. Well, they didn't do much. Little bitty. These I put in, you all, when it was really, I did it really late in the season. Let's see, I don't think I have any. There's a little one. Another little one. Oh, there's a big one. He's split too. See, I left him in there too long, I think. But I was just kind of playing around with these. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's it. We're going to dig down a little bit though. There's a little one. There's a little bitty one. Nope, there's one. It's on that other. Coco's out there hollering, the donkey. She's one. Oh, there's some. I didn't see those. Here we go. There's some right there. Some little ones. And you know, they might have went longer. I could have left them longer, but then these big ones that split, that wouldn't have been no good for them. You know it? I just soon get them out of here. And this is not usually where we put them, you know? Whoops, I just covered one up. Okay, I think. Okay, there's more. I really thought that would be it. There's a little one. A little bigger. See how that didn't do too good. So I probably won't put them in here next year. They didn't get a lot of sun in here because we got the shade cloth. They got filtered sun. Sweet potatoes like the sun a lot. There's a big one. And the little one. Y'all see him? See that lizard? Gross. Out of there. I just dug me up a strawberry. We'll put him down in there. My strawberries went crazy in here, y'all. Absolutely went nuts. But Tim built a new strawberry bed, so I need strawberries to fill it up. There's one. Okay, that's out of 3 plants. It wasn't too bad. Just experimenting and playing around in here. Not too bad. Now we're going to take all this to the goats and the donkey. Are you guys hungry? Are you hungry? Hold on. Oh, goodness. They like sweet potatoes. Sweet potato vines. What y'all think about that? Big Mom always gets pushed out. I try to help her out as much as I can. Well, there you go, kids. You guys let her have some of this. Oh, I can't reach it. Here, Big Mama. All right. Now, got sweet potatoes done. So I'm out here. Supposed to get like 47, Tim said tonight. I think that's what he said tonight, but I'm not even chancing it because see how my leaves are turning yellow on my moringa? So listen, if you haven't done your research, I'm out of breath because I've been running around. If you haven't done your research on moringa, y'all really need to, okay? Do your research on it, to look it up, find out what it is, what it's good for. You'll have doctors come on and say, well, you can only grow this in one part of the world. You know, it only grows in, yes, all year round. It only grows one time in this world, or one place, maybe. I don't know. But Boondocks Homestead grows it every year. Every year. In these totes, they do better. I did put some in the garden this year, but they didn't do near as well as these did in this loose soil. No, they didn't. They don't get to be big trees like those, you know, but they grow up enough, y'all, that I can take these leaves. I just strip these leaves off, just like that. And I go down through, my hands are dirty, I'm sorry. I go down through there and I strip all those leaves. Then I dry them. And then I ground them after I dry them. And I put them in capsule form. I've got to try the capsule form. I haven't done it yet. I've got to try it. It kind of hurts my stomach. Like you can just take, and this don't hurt my stomach too bad. My hands are dirty. I'm going to do it anyway. You can take it right off the tree and you can eat it. Okay. Now, it's got kind of a spicy taste to it, but there's all kinds of stuff this is good for. And it has so many different names. The miracle tree, the tree of life, moringa. There's just a lot of different names for it. Okay. So I'm going to get all these off and then we're going to dry them. And then I've got another video I'll try to tag to this one and you all can see what I do with it then, okay? I try to get them, just pull them right off that stem and leave that stem, then you don't have to worry about getting it later. It don't always work that way, but see, like that one tore off. Okay, let me get these done and then I'll be right back with you. I meant to tell you guys too, you can put these over salads Okay, rinse them off, and then you can put them right over top of salads and eat them like that. Now, when I said do your research, I mean as far as how much you can eat and how much you can't, because you don't want to just sit and, you know, indulge on these and just, you can eat too many, I'm sure. Just like with anything, you know, you can eat too much. Because supposedly, I haven't tested this theory because my blood pressure is okay. But right now, at the time, it's supposed to bring your blood pressure down. It's supposed to help with your blood sugar. I haven't tested that theory, okay? I just occasionally eat it just for the health part of it. But I guess if you did some sort of regimen of it or something. Now, I know someone that has a YouTube channel. There's a worm, so make sure you rinse them off. I know another person that has a YouTube channel, and they take it for rheumatoid arthritis. So, and he swears on it, and he tells it on his channel, you know, how it worked for him. But I don't get a lot of those yellow leaves either. I just skip over those. We don't want those. You might get a few in there, but I don't make it a point to get them. But and when I said that they hurt my stomach, you have to understand that I have gallbladder issues, and I just have stomach issues sometimes, and I think that's why, because anything spicy hurts my stomach. And they're not, it just depends on you, you know, as to if it's going to hurt you or not. Your stomach, you know, your stomach. I don't think these are going to hurt you. I eat leaves off of them for a long time now. So, I mean, it hasn't hurt me yet. But if I put a bunch in my smoothie one time, I put quite a few leaves. I probably put a big handful of them in my smoothie, and it kind of upset my stomach a little bit. But some people can tolerate that. I just can't, you know. And I reckon you don't know until you do it. But you have to do your research on this stuff, y'all, because I can tell you what other people say, but that don't mean it's the gospel. Doesn't mean it's the truth, right? You need to do your own research on this stuff. You don't take anybody's word for it over the internet either. I mean, get good resources. Check into good resources when you do your research, okay? Don't just listen to anybody. I wouldn't want you to just listen to me, because what might be okay for me might not be okay for you. You know what I'm saying? I just like to show it because this in particular, because the moringa tree, they say you can't grow, and you can. I bought the seeds. They're organic, and I got them, and I started planting them a couple years ago, and I grew them. They don't get to be big, great big trees like they do over in other parts of the world, but it's enough that I can play around with and eat a little bit of and get maybe a little bit of benefit from it. That's all I want. You know, I know these bodies weren't made to live forever, you know, so it's not gonna, they can call it the tree of life or whatever they want to call it. You're not gonna live forever. When God's ready for you, I've told you this before, he's gonna take you. He's gonna take you. No amount of medicine or herbs is gonna keep you here if he's ready for you. But it's fun. It's fun. I like to do it, and I like to try to be healthy as I can, you guys. I mean, I don't always do everything right. None of us do. But I like to play around with it. I'm going to finish these. Got that big one to go. And then I got those little ones over there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to harvest those leaves too. And I'll get back with you here in a minute. Don't go nowhere. All right. I'm done. Getting hot. Here's what I got out of about, I don't know, 12 small trees about this big around. Okay. Now, moringa tree, if you look them up, they get huge. They get huge in the right climate. Okay. I don't have the right climate. but I can still grow a lot of the moringa trees. This is probably 1.5 gallons because this is a 3-gallon, I think, maybe. Maybe it's a 2-gallon, I don't know. But there's a lot of leaves in there. There's a lot more in there than last year. And I got them out really late, or my trees would have been bigger. I got them out, just like the garden. We did everything late this year because we were so busy and so tied up with everything. And so next year, I'll get them out in spring, and they'll be probably almost double the size that they are now. Okay. And I'll show you before, at the end of this video, the capsules that I put them in, but you don't have to put them in capsules. Look, look at my fingers from pulling all them. You don't have to put them in capsules. You can just rinse these off real good and put them over your salad. Now, like I said, this is, again, another disclaimer. You guys, you got to check this stuff out before you ingest anything in your body. You make sure it's not going to hurt you first, okay? Don't take my word for it or anybody else's. You got to talk to a medical professional or however you get your advice, okay? I know nothing about it, and you might be on medication, like I said, like some things Tim can't take, you know, because it will interfere. It will lower your blood pressure, like this. This will lower your blood pressure, so he can't take it with his blood pressure medicine because it would get too low. You know, I mean, that's how this herbal stuff works, and synthetic stuff. A lot of it you can't mix together. Anyways, I'm going to dry these, get them dried up, and grind them up into like a powder. And then I put some in a jar, and then I capsulize some. But I've got a lot of capsules. Like I said, I haven't tried it yet because it's got quite a bit in a capsule, you know, of powder. That would be quite a few of these, probably like that many ground up, you know. That's about how much I put in that smoothie, and it hurt my belly. And it didn't make me sick or nothing. It just kind of burned my belly because I got stuff going on. I have gut issues. That's why I'm always telling you guys, you know, we eat sauerkraut. I make our own sauerkraut. And I don't have issues all the time. Okay. I'm sweating. I got to get out of this hoop house. It's getting hot in here. But I do have at certain times, especially if I don't watch what I eat. And so I try to eat a lot of sourdough. I try to eat a lot of fermented foods and stuff to get this right. Because for so many years, I ate stuff and did stuff to tear this up. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm paying for it. So now I'm trying to reverse it, and I don't know if I can. It might not be reversible, but I'm trying. So, and I do garlic and honey, and I do, we do all these different kinds of things, you know, to try to keep this healthy. Because from what I understand, and again, I'm not a doctor, but if you keep your gut healthy, that's part of the whole thing to your immune system and everything. You got to have a healthy gut. You got to have. I got to get out of this hoop house. The sweat is just rolling off of me. I love y'all, and Lord willing, I will see you